Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I have something extraordinarily controversial to talk about, and it is the fact that the WRX just is not the car it used to be, and it doesn't mean the same thing it used to be. And in today's video, we're going to talk about why, and I'm probably going to make a lot of people mad making this video, but it's a video that needs to be made because things are changing, and it just maybe not in the right direction. So if you guys aren't familiar, I've owned WRXs for the majority of my driving adult life now. You know, this is my 2022 VB. I've had 2 VAs. I've driven more Subarus than I would care to admit because I've been in this community for so long. I build and design parts for these cars. And the WRX is just not what it was. And I will go as far as saying neither is the STI. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because of the lack of progression. And also something that I haven't been able to really reflect on until after about 1.5 years of owning this thing, maybe 1 year. It's just becoming more of a comfortable car for the average person. Not a bad thing. For most of you guys, that's fantastic, right? But the WRX used to be this image where it was a rally car. It was I need 4 doors and I want to drive something fast. We have an option for you. Or I need all-wheel drive because I live in a climate where I have snow or mud or dirt. And the WRX had you. And it was this thing where you can modify the living heck out of it and make it your own. Now that's still there, and I love that aspect of it, and it's the reason I still drive these cars. But the WRX used to offer this out, right? You know, whether you were into rally driving or not, because not everybody has to be in rally driving to enjoy these cars. But whether you appreciate it or you don't, the WRX offered something greater than just rally driving. It offered an option to drive a sports car at most of its time, asterisk there, for not that much money, have a family, put a car seat in it, be safe, have the Subaru brand, have all the safety that comes with the Subaru brand. Now, the definition and the finish line, let's say, of what a sports car is, has changed. In the last 6 years, we've seen the greatest progression in automotive technology from a performance perspective, from whether it's a cost to deliver power, executable power, power that can be put down in certain wheels, vehicles weight, whatever it is. Cars are faster than they've ever been. The average car is faster than it's ever been. Every car is faster than it's ever been. And unfortunately, we're at a point where Subaru has somehow not really fallen the trend, and the WRX is getting, or let me put it this way, the average car on the road, right, is getting closer and closer to the same speed as the Subaru WRX. That is remarkable. Now, these cars are not all about speed. I don't want it to make it sound like the only thing they offer is going fast 0 to 60, but you would be obtuse to say it's not a huge portion of it. Unfortunately, because the WRX has lost this image of what it is and the options it can give and all of these important aspects of what it made it stand out, we're losing the community behind it. And you know, we're starting the car scene, at least in the Northeast. You know, the summer is coming, it's starting to get warm. And I have to say, as somebody that has been in this area, in this market with Subarus for so long, I've never seen so little Subaru involvement at car shows, cars and coffees, get-togethers, meetups, and I've never seen such a unified response to why. And that unified response is almost it's homogenous in that it's because the WRX just doesn't offer what people need it to offer. And it is it's a wake-up call. The WRX in the community just doesn't mean what it used to mean. And it's not something that we can change. It's just a reality. And what's the point of the video? Maybe let's go there. The point of the video is where you're going to see a change, and it is going to change the aftermarket. It's going to change the communities. It's going to change meetups. And unless Subaru does something, it's going to change all of our desires, whether we want to feel that way or not, about this car and what we drive. I can tell you, as somebody that would pretty much label themselves as a WRX super fan, I'm excited to leave the WRX for a little while. Yes, I'm going to build a VA WRX while I'm doing it, but for a long time in my life, I was like, I'd be completely happy with my primary car just being a built WRX. It's no longer the case. We're getting to the point where modifying these cars and pushing them as far as they go without a transmission swap or forged internals is not even beating stock used sports cars that don't cost that much money. You know, you can go, like, again, it's not all about 0 to 60, but you can go 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, maybe just under 4 seconds, for like 35 to 40 grand right now on a variety of platforms, which is remarkable when you think that the car that I'm driving right now for $32,000, I think, is the average sale for the WRX for the 2022 year. It's getting a little bit more expensive. Obviously, like, prices go up with inflation, but you're getting like a, you know, in like a 5.8 second 0 to 60 stock, which is nuts, right? Because like most commuter cars now are getting like, they're in the 6s. You know, sometimes if it's a small dinky car, it's 7 or 8 seconds, but it's insane. It's like you would never, there's no fundamental reason other than, well, I just, like, again, I think things like the BRZ make it interesting because, like, if you look at the BRZ, I can't find a fundamental reason, unless you think it looks cool, to buy our BRZ. Like, even the folks that are like, oh, they're unmatched in driving and weight and balance around curves, they're just not anymore. There's so many other cars that can do the same thing, and the problem is that, like, cars like the BRZ nowadays are really expensive. Like, they're just as expensive as the WRXs. So, but the short answer is the WRX is just not what it used to be, and I've got to say I'm disappointed. But I think, you know, one of the things that I wanted to get out of this video, and I'm not really sure how to do this, and I think this is really just like a community thing, is I'd like to hear what everybody thinks. And I'm, you know, obviously I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think is happening with this platform, with rally cars in general? Please leave a comment on the video. But more importantly, something that I'm going to ask all of you guys that are watching this video, because at this point, very few of you guys are stayed this far through. It's just a reality statement. And the second point is that very few are probably watching this video because you're just like, I don't know. I've been saying the same thing for a couple videos now. I'm not trying to make a copy of the same video, but it's something that's worth talking about, and nobody is talking about it. They're all like, everybody, I think the problem is everybody gets into these cars because they need to make content on them, so they hype the cars up, trying to hype the community up. Again, I'm too much of a realist to do that. But I like, go out into your community and talk about these cars, because I feel like we need some awareness. Even if it's just having more people become aware that this is an option if they want a little bit of a sporty car but they can't get into it, or whatever it is. We just need to increase the community size. And part of that's also me making a plea from the aftermarket community size, right? I own JXR Performance. I make aftermarket and sell aftermarket parts. None of us in the aftermarket have really made a profit in like 2 or 3 years, specifically in the WRX market, because there aren't enough people modifying or buying these cars. And that's not like a business efficiency thing or anything like that. Parts just have low margins because they're so expensive to make and develop that you really have to move a certain amount of volume, and it's just not happening. And again, I'm not asking you guys to solve that. I'm just saying that parts are gonna, like, this car is just gonna be less supported if we don't support it, right? I mean, like, so a lot of the few things that are holding us here are gonna disappear. The short answer is I feel like I'm rambling at this point. The WRX isn't what it used to be. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I have tons of modification content coming out. This is gonna be a video sprinkled in between that, but keep, you know, make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you want to see me modify this WRX, and obviously there's lots of Subaru content coming to the channel. I'm going to be rebuilding or building a VA WRX, and I'm probably going to be getting something a lot faster on the channel in a very short time period. So if you enjoy some real content on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.